Katie Price was meant to be on the show yesterday. They were late, so we said don't bother turning up, and they didn't, and she was off the show. Allard, lovely producer of the show.
Hello.
Has gone through the papers, and he has made notes on what papers have said what about the incident. Surprisingly, the Mirror were positive in our favour. The Star was fair, and according to Allard, the Sun was negative. Metro, which is you may or may not have heard of, which is a free newspaper in certain cities of the UK, no mention at all. But Allard has done his research and found that it's owned by AP, and AP has shares in another radio station company. And I'm like, okay, I think you're taking this way too seriously. Oh, it's very interesting. I've done some research. Do you want to hear what it says?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from the Daily Mirror. Loudmouth it's just, loudmouth DJ Chris Moyles. Blah, 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 blah.
This is the positive, by the way.
Yeah, this is the positive. The radio and DJ banned guest from his breakfast show for being late, and now the model has got the same treatment for a similar crime. Katie Price texted Moyles 5 minutes before she was due on air to say she'd be half an hour late. Moyles raised, she's off the show. I'm very sorry, Katie, if you're listening. If Elton John and Ozzy Osbourne can turn up early, then so can you. Bit of a boob there, love, say the 3am girls.
You see, because she's got fake boobs, you see.
Right. So that was that. I'm going to play that music again because I like it.
It's nice.
It's Mark Ronson again. And the Daily Star. Chris Moyles banned Katie Price from his show yesterday for being 30 minutes late. The radio and DJ, 24, told listeners she's ridiculously late, so she's off the show. But Kate's manager, Claire Powell, said she had been looking after her son, Harvey. She blasted, "We will now think twice about working with Chris again." Please.
We'll now think twice about using this huge national platform to promote our book.
Do you know what? I tell you what, I hope for Katie Price's manager, Claire Powell, that she implies that, I think just be very careful if you bring in Harvey into the equation. Do you know what I mean? She'd been looking after her son, Harvey. Well, okay, I'm sorry, but that's what mothers do. They look after their children. And just above that, by the way, is a picture of Katie dressed as a princess arriving at Harrods yesterday to promote her book. Obviously, she wasn't looking after Harvey at that point then. What Harvey was with Peter, was he? And Katie's manager saying, "We'll now think twice about working with Chris again. Please, do me a favour, love. The promotion we've given you from this show, don't be an ungrateful cow. Seriously, don't get..." This the woman who had a go at Allard yesterday. She rang him and she started ranting down the phone and blah, 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 this, that and the other. Don't start using Harvey as an excuse. Katie's working, she's making money, and that's a cheap shot. And do you know what? If you don't want to work with us again, if you don't want our 8 million listeners going out and buying your client's product, then fine. You know what? Think twice before you start having a row with me, love. For God's sake. Start again. A new paper.
Next.
Right, and this in Victoria Newton's Bizarre column in The Sun. Talk about this for a turnaround. What have I done to pee off Victoria Newton? Moyles is a meanie is the headline. Bizarre readers are on Jordan's side after radio and DJ Chris Moyles refused to interview the 8 months pregnant model when she turned up late for a show. Hundreds of you emailed in after I posted the story on my website yesterday. Mark said, "As much as I enjoy listening to Chris every morning, I think he was a tad harsh. She's having a tough time with her son Harvey." Please. Someone else agreed. Chris Moyles arrived late for his own show before and just dismissed it in his usual arrogant way. I have so much respect for Katie Price. So did I after I saw that video on the internet.
I've not seen that yet.
Someone else said, "I think Chris Moyles is acting like a complete idiot. He's treating people badly to up his ratings. I really do hope it backfires and people boycott him." 3 negative comments there. Not one positive in a fair piece of journalism from Victoria Newton.
What's bizarre is that I read her internet site, and on the forums there are positive responses. They didn't make it into the paper.
Yeah, what a surprise. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I don't know what I've done to pee off Victoria Newton. The last time I saw Victoria Newton was at that Prince gig, and she was there with a fella who was drunk and was a bit of an arse. He was there. Do you know when he was there and he went, so what about Leeds United then? So, mate, I'm not in the mood to talk about that. I'm having a nice night, don't depress me. You're going down, aren't you? You're going down, aren't you? Yeah, all right, mate, as I said. Not really in the mood to talk about that. Just here to watch Prince. Yep. Yeah, not good for Leeds, is it, all the way down there? Oh, shut up, you pillock. So I don't know whether she's got the arse with me about that, but there's obviously a problem with Victoria Newton. You know, what have I done to her? What have I done to upset her?
You didn't have a row with her.
I don't go out with him.
You didn't have a row with him at the gig?
No, I called him an arse and that was about it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that might be it then.
And she might have stormed off, I don't know. But, you know, who knows? But, you know, I think that's a little bit unfair. And all this thing about, well, you know, Jordan is... Katie, she's pregnant, you know. She's promoting a book. She's working. You know? It's not like I'm asking her to come in and do 8 hours on the checkout at Tesco's. She's coming in to promote her book. And when people buy it, she'll make loads of money out of it.
The argument's getting more complicated, isn't it? Basically, she was half an hour late, which is why she wasn't on the show.
That's exactly what...
That's the bottom line, isn't it?
And as I said on the air yesterday, look, I don't have a problem with Katie. I like the girl. She's welcome back anytime. But look, on this particular occasion, her people, who knew if she turned up late, there was a good chance we might dump her from the show, they took the risk. They ignored what we'd said to them before. They turned up well, you know, they were blatantly late yesterday.
But it's people who...
At 20 to 8... Their call time was 7:45. At 20 to 8, they said, we're going to be late. And then it turned out they wouldn't be here till 8:15. So at 20 to 8, they knew they were going to be half an hour late. That's, you know, they're meant to be here in 5 minutes, and they knew they'd be half an hour late. That's not good enough.
There's people who think that we'll just wait for them, you know, and they wouldn't do it with telly. And so it's the same situation with David Guest as well. They just think they can swan in whenever they like.
But I don't think it's them. I think it's the people that look after them. If your job, right, if my job is to look after you, get you to a radio station for an interview, and I know that you're a bad timekeeper.
You tell me half an hour earlier to meet in reception.
I need to meet you at 7, Dave, knowing that if we leave yours at 7:30, we'll be all right. That's what you do. You know, it's professional. It's a bit of decency. And you know me, I'm nothing but decent.